Hey guys, it is Kris Jones for episode 100 of Ask Me Anything. This is it. At the beginning of this year, I set a goal that I would invest in and produce 100 of these Ask Me Anything videos. And I'm hoping that when you guys look back on the catalog of videos that I did, I hope there's a couple of them that you connected with, that you can use and leverage to help you make decisions in your life for the good. It's been exhausting. It's been, one of my AMAs was on this idea of goal setting and setting uncomfortable goals. I mean, doing 100 of these in a year was definitely an aggressive goal, but one that I look back on with pride, and one that I look back on as an example of something that I take a lot of pride in. And that is, in life, it's often more effective to show than to tell the power of decision making. In your moment of decisions, your destiny is shaped. I set a goal, I showed you guys how to accomplish it, and it wasn't easy. But then again, that's where muscle is built, and that's also where life is lived, if you choose to live it there. So, my reflection is that I just hope one or two of the videos can be a resource for you, either now or sometime in the future. If you were moved by any of the videos, or if you connected with those videos, or you think those videos could be helpful to someone that you love or care about, I would ask you to pay it forward, to share that video with them, and see if you can't, in fact, spark some positivity, some momentum in the lives of someone that you love. So what I thought I would do is, this is sort of an unfiltered, sort of 5 main takeaways, my own takeaways. These are the messages that I hope that you got, and I think that they came through in a lot of the videos. The first one is that I believe in your potential. I believe in your potential to unlock talents and skills and abilities that you may not currently believe you have, you may not currently be cultivating, but nonetheless, they're within you. That personal power, recognizing that it's within you, that, my friend, is the start of you achieving anything that you set your mind to. Everything that you need to take that first step towards whatever your destiny, whatever you want it to be, is within you right now. You do not have to wait. The potential, it is a coiled spring. It is of an extraordinary level that I will tell you that 25, 30 years ago, when I started to believe in my true potential and started to unlock that potential, never would I have thought that I would have been sitting here today with the story to tell that I've experienced. I've only been able to do this by believing in my true potential and also taking the personal responsibility of unlocking it consistently and over time. You too have that same ability. You do have that same ability. Your ability to achieve at a high level is directly correlated to your standards and expectations for success and achievement. We've talked about books like The Secret and books like Think and Grow Rich. The idea is that where you focus your energy is ultimately where you're going in life. If you focus it on disempowering things or things that result in negative experiences, that's where you're going to live. That's your choice. And by the way, we're all human. We all have difficult days. Things happen that we don't want to happen. That's okay. That's not what I'm talking about. It's about where you decide to live your life, not how you decide to respond in any given moment. It's about how you consistently respond over time. And your expectations and standards are everything. Is your standard to achieve something that once you achieve it, you'll still be unfulfilled? I think part of the message that I tried to communicate with you guys is that you control these things. Standards are self-imposed. You impose them. The funny thing about those who only accept the best is that they very often get it. Raise your standards, change your life. Raise your standards, change your life. Believing in your ability to achieve something. Those expectations are game changers. They could be the difference of whether or not you finish a marathon or you quit halfway. You remember in a previous AMA video where Chris Nash shared that most people who don't know how far along they are in a marathon will quit. But if they know that they're at least halfway, the percentage of them that actually complete it goes up tremendously. Why? Because they've changed their expectations for what they're going to accomplish in life. It applies to every area of your life. Your expectations for how you treat people, your expectations for how you give back to society. I mean, guys, cutting a $50 check to the SPCA, awesome. My wife and I support the SPCA, right? That's a little bit different than finding a way of joining the board of directors at Blue Chip or volunteering at Blue Chip every week for the next year. By the way, my wife, who loves to be around animals, years ago, she would talk about how she really respected Hillside Farms, which is a sort of educational farm that focuses on sustained living through eating well and through treating animals well. But guess what? She didn't just say that she liked it. She actually has volunteered literally every single weekend since then, cleaning eggs and doing other things at the farm. Again, your expectations and your standards, guys, you have to hold yourself accountable to those things. Ask yourself, and I've asked you guys this in a lot of AMAs, what are your current standards in the areas that you care about most in life? Then, what are your expectations for whether or not you're going to be successful? I'm telling you, you've got to sharpen that pencil on both of those if you want to be successful and if you want to unlock your full potential, which is absolutely the main theme of this entire series. You too can achieve anything you want when you start believing in yourself and you get on the path of momentum to wherever it is that you want to go. However, one other key takeaway is your ability to be successful requires consistent discipline and determination. So often we give up right before we achieve another milestone. And by the way, I use the word milestone, and I wrote it down here, is because too often a goal is simply celebrated or recognized once whatever it is that you want is achieved. But there's a lot of milestones along the way. And just like the example I just gave with the marathon, if you don't know that you're making progress towards your goal, you're much more likely to give up. That's why discipline and determination are everything. In 2 videos ago, we talked about this idea of perseverance. Perseverance is a skill that gets better with age and gets better with experience. The thing is, it is almost like unstoppable when it's met with discipline and determination. Success isn't easy. If it was, everybody would be successful. And by the way, by success, I just mean, everybody would have what they want, or a lot more of what they want if it was easy. Putting in the time, checking in with yourself on the progress you're making towards your destiny is critical. And not giving up is paramount. Changing course, changing the approach, awesome. And over time and with age, you get better at that. You've got to be willing to change or modify your approach to get what you want. But the point is that the determination and the discipline are required, and hard work is not an exception to the rule. We're not looking to win the lottery here, guys. We're not looking for lightning in the bottle. We're looking to untap our God-given true potential in whatever way that might be. Here's a little bit of hard advice for you guys. So this is my 100th video. And part of what I wanted to share with you is a reflection on some of the feedback that I got. Here's the reality. Too many of you are what I call passive learners. You're not active. In other words, maybe you've watched one of these videos, maybe you recently watched or read a book that was insightful or educational or provided you with some constructive advice or feedback on how to improve your life, but you just listened. You didn't take action. And I'm telling you, I've talked to enough of you guys to know that you beat the crap out of yourself too much early on, such that you don't take action. You keep the idea, you keep this knowledge, this insight, these tools in your head. You never apply them. And I'm sorry to be so honest with you guys, but if you're watching this, they're probably 5-6 minutes into this video, if you're still watching this, check yourself at the door. Are you a passive or an active learner? If you're a passive learner, meaning you just listen, you don't take notes, you don't find 1 or 2 takeaways and incorporate it into your life, you're probably not going to make that much progress towards the goals that you want in your life. And for that matter, you're going to have a lot more difficulty unlocking your true potential. Being a passive learner is not okay. Not if you want more out of life. Not if you want increased levels of happiness, increased levels of health and wellness, increased financial position. These things don't come because you think them. They come because you expect them. You set your expectations appropriately. Your effing freaking standards are so high that you won't settle for anything less, and you take action. That's what it's all about. Finally, and this is where I will end it. Entrepreneurship is an extraordinary gift. It is a place where I can't picture myself ever wanting to live anywhere different, where I spend my life than building things, investing in things. But entrepreneurship and business success is very difficult, as we talked throughout so many of my AMAs. But the thing about it is, with the proper mindset, and your ability to hold yourself accountable to execution over idea, realizing and embracing the fact that you've got to acquire and build real skills that will lead to you executing whatever business or business ideas that you have. It isn't for the select few. The problem with the 85 to 95% of business owners that fail is that they miss the importance of mindset, skills, and execution. Guys, I thank you for spending time with me either in this video or throughout this entire series. I'm humbled by the fact that I finished this goal, and you guys have the same ability. Peace and love.